Hi guys, welcome back to the Baseline. Thanks for joining me. So, when you saw that hall at the UN empty out, admit it, you felt something, right? Part of you felt relief. Finally, someone's calling out Netanyahu's bluff. And the other part of you may have felt somewhat uneasy, right? Because if the world can turn its back on Israel, what does that exactly mean for us here in the United States? Because here's the headline, guys. And it basically goes like Benjamin Netanyahu walked into the United Nations and the world walked out. Now, more than 100 diplomats from over 50 countries stood up and left. Now, they didn't boo, they didn't heckle, they left to applause, and all that was left basically were empty chairs. Now, why does this matter to you? Why should it matter to us? Because walkouts aren't just about optics. They're about alliances that break in real time. And when alliances break, markets shift. When markets shift, your grocery bill, your gas bill, all those things go up, your taxes get redirected, and your kids inherit a world that feels less stable every year. Now, that walkout wasn't just a diplomatic snub. It was a shockwave aimed at the heart of America's foreign policy. And here's the thing to all of this, right? Israel, for decades, untouchable on the world stage, is becoming the ultimate pariah. And I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm saying it because when over 100 diplomats quietly stage the same protests, it's not theater, it's consensus. And consensus has consequences. But of course, back home here in the United States, the spin machine is fired up. Fox News took a clip of Netanyahu bragging about a pager operation against Hezbollah. Yes, the pagers like the ones in 1998, the ones that blew up in everybody's pocket, and they tweeted, right? Cheers erupt at the UN. But do you know how many people actually clapped? Maybe 8. And they were from Israel's own delegation. So that's like claiming your band brought down the house because your cousin and your mom were clapping in the front row. It's nonsense, guys. And this is what people are sick of, right? Not just the wars, not just the speeches, but the insults to our intelligence. You saw the video. Empty hall, polite silence, and yet they still have the nerve to put a caption up that says, cheers erupt. That's not journalism, that's gaslighting with a press pass. It's just insane. But Netanyahu, he's trying to sound clever, and he goes, we paged Hezbollah and they got the message. And it's like, sir, the only people still using pagers are drug dealers and maybe cardiologists in Jersey. But obviously he's bragging about the exploding pagers in everybody's pocket, which is also another thing. But what's next? I don't know. Is he going to send facts out to Hamas and blow them up that way? I don't know. But you're not crazy for feeling the disconnect, right? You see the world emptying out on TV, and then you see the media try to Photoshop applause into silence. And you wonder, am I the only one noticing this? But you're not. Millions of people are noticing. That walkout, it wasn't just a rejection of Netanyahu. It was a rejection of the idea that the rest of us should just sit down, shut up, and clap on cue. And I think those days are most certainly gone. But here's the real question now. The one no one in Washington really wants to touch. If Israel can lose the room this fast, what happens when America loses it? Because we're not immune. For years, we've leaned on veto power and military might to keep allies in line. But what happens when those allies decide it's easier and cheaper just to walk out on us too? Are we looking at Israel's future, or are we looking into a mirror? And these leaks are already out there, guys. I mean, European diplomats whispering, they're done rubber stamping America's double standards. Middle East and the Middle Eastern states, they're openly saying this special relationship, it's over. And the UN walkout wasn't spontaneous. It was coordinated. And coordinated means planning, which means Israel's isolation isn't a fluke. It's becoming a global policy. Now, here's where some relief may kick in, right? The very fact that you can see this, we can see this through the spin already puts you specifically ahead. You don't have to be gaslit into believing silence is applause. You don't have to accept that 8 claps equals cheers erupt, which is nonsense. We all can look at the footage, see the truth, and say out loud, no, I know what I saw. And once you stop believing their version of reality, they start to lose their grip on you, on us, which is important, especially in this day and age with all the chaos that's going on. Now, because today it was Netanyahu left standing in an empty room. Tomorrow, it could be an American president. And when that moment comes, it won't just be about empty seats in a hall. It will be about our economy, about our jobs, about our prices, our world standings, about wars that we can't afford and alliances we can't fake anymore. And that's where we're headed. And that's what we're trying to expose here, one episode at a time. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Do you think I have this all right? Do I have it all wrong? Please put your comment in the section below. I read all the comments and reply to all of them. Your opinion is important to me. And I'd love to have these discussions with you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching The Baseline. I appreciate you guys. And we'll catch you the next round. All right. Cheers, everybody.